This is part one of a three-part explanation of marijuana test evidence written by criminal defense lawyer William C. Head. Although some states have legalized medical marijuana or legal weed, most states have not. Even in states where marijuana for medical purposes is legal, this legalization does not allow a user with a prescription for pot to drive in violation of state DWI-DUI laws. Any DUI lawyer will tell you that this is a trap for unwary medical marijuana users who take marijuana daily. It also affects 10 million or more people per day who might use marijuana the night before and still have traces of marijuana in their system the next morning. Many people use marijuana just like they would Xanax or another prescribed pharmaceutical drug to help with anxiety or stress. Because our laws are written usually by conservative anti-drug state legislators who often choose to ignore scientific research on the medicinal benefits of marijuana products, legal provisions that criminalize driving while having any negligible, non-psychoactive trace of the metabolites of the parent marijuana drug in your system can lead to a DUI-DWI charge for drugged driving. If you're in an accident and have traces of marijuana in your system and someone is injured or killed, you can be charged with a felony in virtually all states. So don't think that you won't be investigated, that you won't be read implied consent rights, that you won't be arrested for DUI-DWI drugs and taken in for a blood or urine test, or both. A criminal defense attorney who is trained in DWI-DUI law in your state is your best bet to win your drugged driving case. When it comes to marijuana testing, the various states around the country are not uniform in their DUI drugs statutes, testing threshold rules, or their regulations establishing a cutoff level for THC concentration when it comes to these marijuana tests. If you're suspected of DUI drugs, you will be asked to take a blood test for drugs. This marijuana test usually includes analysis on an autosampler of a broad range of 6 to 8 drug categories, including cannabis. The marijuana test being assayed is just one type of drug that this device may later verify on a forensic blood testing GCMS device. In addition to blood testing, marijuana can also be detected and measured in a urine test, similar to the gas chromatography mass spectrometry device that's used for blood testing. The first test that uses the 6 to 8 categories to screen for drugs is called immunoassay testing. If an immunoassay preliminary screening reports out as positive for marijuana in your system, the next part of the drug testing is the confirmatory test, which seeks to quantify the active drug or the inert metabolites, this is the burn-off products, that reveal either recent use or recent exposure to marijuana. Someone who doesn't smoke marijuana but happens to be in the room with others who are smoking can have up to 19 nanograms from certain tests that have been done around the country. When people are arrested for DUI drugs, the DUI lawyer's client usually asks, how long do drugs stay in your system? The answer is not simple. It depends. Factors like how recent was the weed smoked, what quantity was smoked or ingested, the potency of what was ingested or smoked are all important questions. Is this a situation of stoned driving or is it an illegal arrest? Many times officers will smell marijuana, take the person in for testing, and there's nothing in the driver's system. However, unlike alcohol, which is water soluble, marijuana is not able to be cleaned out of your system. Your liver just doesn't act as quickly on drugs as it does with alcohol. When larger amounts are ingested, the liver simply stores the marijuana in your fatty tissues and slowly leaches it out over a period of time into your bloodstream. This is how it eliminates it from the body, but with heavy marijuana users, a person can have traces of marijuana in his or her system for days or even more than a week afterward. Part 2 of this three-part presentation further explores this topic.